He is in heaven, looking down upon us.
When it happens, you're never ready.
Any of us can come to Jesus.
No one tells you what it'll be like.
Vic has been received by the Lord.
You're left to grope in the darkness to figure it out for yourself. Can you hear me? That's my brother.
Tony, can you feel that?
It was a skiing accident.
What about that?
He fell on his back, no feeling in his legs. There was a possibility he could be in a wheelchair. Never walking again, they said. But slowly the feeling came back. The doctors didn't expect it and couldn't explain it. Just your everyday miracle, I guess. And then we just put it all behind us and forgot about it. We could go back to our soccer games and neighborhood block parties, the potlucks and the 9-to-5 jobs. But we know it's not that simple. We know death is coming. For our friends, our family, ourselves. We can't beat him. We never will. It's only a matter of time.
Every year, because then you know you got the right guy. The worst thing you can have is you shoot a kid, he's the guy, and then all of a sudden he gets down in the mouth because somebody else in his position.
Well, the second doctor said he would be fine. He said all he needed was a blood transfusion and then he'd get better.
And he was right. He's going to be up and working on the feedlot before you know it.
The first doctor says he only has 2 months.
The first doctor doesn't know what he's talking about.
How would you know that, Mom?
We spend our whole lives avoiding and ignoring the inevitable.
Because he's just fine. Look at him. He isn't sick.
Well, now you're just being ridiculous.
Death is staring us in the face. And we pretend as if we can't see him. I could have lost my brother, and I didn't do anything to comfort him. I was about to lose my grandpa, and I decided I was going to be there for him as much as I could. Why is everyone so afraid of death? I figured the more I could learn about death, the more I could help my grandfather with what he was going through. On one hand, death is so common that it's a game. We can turn it into a joke to make ourselves laugh and feel better.
Obviously calling our sources and trying to figure out exactly what happened.
Or it can be a global tragedy.
This looks bad.
But when it happens to someone we know, it's serious. It's a conversation you don't bring up. There's an unspoken code that everyone seems to follow.
Philosophers have debated death for thousands of years. Why does it happen? How do we deal with death as a society?
He seemed to have no issues for a while. just a few checkups here and there.
I think it's best at this point if we move forward with the marrow transplant.
Chemo would eventually drain him of all his energy. He'd have to be monitored full time.
Breathe. And here we go. Okay, and swallow. Swallow.
The next couple of months only got worse. 4 chemotherapy sessions, a blood transfusion, a marrow transplant. We got so caught up on the medical details, the procedures, the bills, it was hard to know what day it was.
How much time does he have left?
He has 1 more month.
There's nothing more we can do for him, bud.
I tried so hard to help, to learn about his disease, to try not to ignore it like so many do. But I was missing something.
Got him, Rob?
Yep. Just sit down. Okay. Just let me get there. Okay, I got him here.
Bad decision or something there. He said, Coach, I'm learning. So, he needs a lot of reps, and this is just another practice opportunity for him live, and he's got a strong arm, just learning the offense.
Well, the strong arm was evident.
I just dropped by your place to say goodbye to you before you leave.
The nurse said he'll be gone before the weekend.
We should start planning for the funeral. Mom, have you called the church or anyone yet?
I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Looking back, it's easy to remember the bad days of your life. The most embarrassing day.
It has nothing to do with you.
The day your parents got divorced.
Kitty, kitty. Kitty.
The day you lost your best friend. The scariest day of your life. It's so easy to remember the worst days, isn't it?
Can I open this one next, please?
But aren't there better ones? The Christmas where you got the best present ever.
Thank you.
Is she like looking out of the mouth?
Yeah.
The countless vacations you spent with your family.
Okay, so
The day you broke the rules. Your first kiss.
What if you are wrong about death? What if there is nothing more? The philosopher will reply, I will die silent and annoying without another thought in my mind.
I was done fighting the battle I could never win. I tried to figure out death, and that's where I went wrong. Death wasn't the problem. We were. Death just brings to light our hopes, fears, desires. We are an out of sight, out of mind people, and maybe that's okay. Death likes to play with the threads of our life, occasionally teasing us to remind us he's still there. And when we do see him, he humbles us, forces us to enjoy all the moments we have together. I wish I could tell them not to worry, not to dwell on the hopelessness, the loss. In the end, death can take almost everything, but he can't take the memories we leave behind. Our memories can be the light in our darkest hours, and our memories of each other is what matters most.